Nyakio is the brand behind one of my favorite body scrubs, and now Nyakio herself is going to teach you guys how to make the do-it-yourself version at home.
Hi everyone, I'm Nyakio Greco, the founder of Nyakio Beauty, and I am so thrilled to be here with all of you today at the Poosh Your Wellness Virtual Festival. I am so thrilled that I get to share some of my family beauty secrets with you and tell you all about my beauty journey. I'm a first-generation American of Kenyan descent. I grew up in Oklahoma, but now live in California. I was so fortunate growing up as a first-generation American that my parents would take me to Kenya so that I was able to spend time with my grandparents. My grandmother Nyakio taught me my very first beauty secret, using Kenyan coffee and sugarcane from her farm as a Kenyan coffee farmer. My grandfather was a medicine man, so he had the ability to go out in nature, extract oils to treat the skin, and so clean beauty is just part of my DNA. It's all I've known my whole life. And today I get to share my grandmother's amazing coffee body scrub with you all so that you can do it at home. So the very first thing we're gonna do is use ground Kenyan coffee. If you don't have ground Kenyan coffee, because of the way we are in the world right now, import and export's a little tough, so I was able to find some organic ground Eastern African coffee at Whole Foods, but you can use whatever coffee you've got in your cabinet. Coffee overall is so great for the skin. It helps to energize the skin, it helps to wake up the skin, it helps to lift the skin. So using Kenyan coffee in combination with these ingredients, really, you're gonna love it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna add just 1 cup of Kenyan coffee into my bowl. And then I'm gonna add some organic brown sugar. Sugar is amazing to use as an exfoliant, and because we're working on the body, quite often we've got nicks and cuts, and right now I'm dealing with a ton of mosquito bites, and so you want something that's gentle, that's not gonna sting the skin. A lot of people like exfoliators that have salt, but I prefer to use sugar. And my grandmother had a sugarcane farm as well as coffee, so sugar is definitely part of the secret. So I'm gonna add my sugar in. And then, I've measured out some oils. As I mentioned earlier, my grandfather was a medicine man. And so having the ability to go out in nature and extract these oils and these beauty secrets passed down to me, I learned that the key to younger looking skin is being able to balance out the oils in our skin. And I wanna go a little further and explain that. And I'm talking about head to toe from the neck down. When you age, our body starts to lose oils. So we have to feed oil back into our skin to balance it out. Now, if you're, I suffer from eczema on my arms, quite often, especially when it's really hot, I'll get those little bumps on the back of my arm. And you would think, oh my gosh, my skin's overreacting to oils. I definitely don't want to add oil back in. And that is the wrong thing. When you add oil back into your skin, it helps your skin to chill out. It helps your skin not to have to work so hard. So a lot of times those bumps and that irritation that you'll get if you're dealing with, like for me, eczema, when people deal with psoriasis, our skin is just working so hard to balance itself out. So we just want to help it by adding in these natural and organic oils back into the skin, and I promise you're gonna glow. So I've chosen to add in coconut oil, which is so hydrating, so great. I mean, coconut oil for our hair, for our skin, it's amazing. I've also added in some organic avocado oil. And then I'm gonna use an Nyakio oil that I use on my body that's got maracuja and yangu. That's 2 African oils that are really just great for hydration, help with irritation, help to soothe the skin. So I like to go a little oil heavy, but any body oils that you have, throw them in there because they're great for nourishing the skin. So then all we're gonna do is we're gonna mix it up. And I'm talking about, from the neck down, but right now, obviously, we all need to be and should be washing our hands a lot. So this has been a lifesaver, and because it's clean, I use it on my kids. I keep a little mason jar in my cabinet, and I use glass, so be very careful around your sink. But I'll just keep a little bit in the cabinet so that after we're doing all this hand washing, that we can just grab a little bit, and I'll demo it for you when we're done. So this is already looking so good, and by the way, don't be afraid of the oils. It really does help the coffee and the sugar to come together so that you can actually work with it. And, when I am using scrubs, body scrubs, I don't want anything that the minute, the shower hits, it's gonna fall off my skin and I don't get to work with it. So you wanna have the consistency that you know that's gonna, you're gonna really be able to work with it in a circular motion. So, I think I might have gotten it right on the first try. So I'm gonna turn on my sink and I'm gonna just grab a little bit. It smells so good. And the great thing about Kenyan coffee too is it doesn't have that bitter coffee smell. Kenyan coffee has a citrus note to it. And so you don't necessarily, I love coffee, I like to drink coffee, I obviously like to put coffee on my skin and body, but I don't want to smell like coffee. And so the kind of effervescent citrus note to the Kenyan coffee smells delicious and it's so yummy. So basically I'm going to take a little bit like this in my hand and then I'm just going to start to rub it in a circular motion. I like to actually start on dry skin, but if you prefer, you can dampen your skin a little bit. And I'll start at the neck, I'll move to my chest. You can never, never, never neglect the chest area. We get so much exposure to the sun on our hands, on the chest, we're driving. So we're gonna work it in a circular motion, and then I'm just gonna rinse it off. Oh my gosh, my hands feel so soft already. Dry it off. Now I'm gonna see if you're able to see virtually the difference. So this is my polished hand, and this is my non-polished hand. So as you can see, I have removed that dull, dry skin.